Peoria, VideoMax Limited presents Midstate Magazine with your hosts, Lauren Rapsiak and Joey Fandel. The Midstate News with Matt Wedderston and Ashley Cassie and the Midstate reporting team. The Sporting Life with Blaze Felty. State of the Arts with Kate Hebke. Ariana Barrett takes it to the streets, and Greg Toth takes us about town. Basta Mangiari with Joanna Maggio. In Need with Morgan Hayward. Dawn Hodorowski brings us spiritual savvy. And At the Movies with Vanessa Strickland. And now, from America's friendliest city, Midstate Magazine with your hosts, Joey Fandel and Lauren Rapsiak. Take it away, kids.
Hi, and welcome to Midstate Magazine. I'm Katie Lee.
And I'm Lauren Rapsiak. Joey has the day off.
We've got a great show for you, and thanks again for joining us. So, Lauren, how is your semester going so far? You excited about this whole starting new?
My semester's going awesome. I have got great grades first semester, and I'm really keeping up this time. I've been doing a lot of improv comedy, a little bit of theater, met a ton of great friends coming to Bradley, and it's a wonderful time. How about you? How you doing?
It's been a really busy semester, but I have a lot of things on my plate that I'm really excited about. I'm interning and I'm working part-time, and I have great classes that I'm really excited about, so that's fun. But tell me more about this improv comedy. That sounds really exciting.
Actually, I've been working with Barbecue Kitten, which is the improv and sketch comedy troupe here.
It's also a very politically correct name, right?
It is. They were trying to title it to be cute yet offensive, and I think they achieved that.
I think so.
We have a whole lot of fun.
That sounds cool. Now, how did you get involved in that?
Well, I started going to their shows on Wednesday nights, practices actually, but I did attend their shows as well. And me and my friends would go together and we'd just play the games. And eventually they asked me to be in a show, and so far I've been in 2, and it is awesome. They are my best friends.
That is awesome. That sounds so much fun. Like,
It
I
is.
would not be able to do that.
Well, you're doing this, aren't you?
Yeah, well.
You're talented. You're so
Aw, aren't you sweet?
I try.
I think you do a good job.
Thank you so much.
How was the rest of your weekend?
My weekend was good. I saw a play. A lot of my friends are theater kids, and I support them to my best ability. They're so talented. I know so many great people. And I hung out a lot with people, got a lot of rest. Did you get enough sleep over the weekend?
I never get enough sleep, ever. I work a lot on weekends. But
it seems like it.
It was nice to have a little bit of downtime and get my studying done.
Always.
But speaking of time, now it's time we check out the news with Matt and Ashley.
Good evening and welcome to a new season of Midstate News. I'm Ashley Cassie.
And I'm Matt Wedderston. In local news, a new scam targets seniors. Authorities say the elderly are getting phone calls telling them they've won millions of dollars in a Canadian lottery. The victims are then told to wire cash to Canada to pay for processing fees. The Center for Prevention and Abuse is teaming up with Western Union to try and stop the growing problem by launching the Stop Think Twice campaign, which will try to catch victims before they wire the money. In business news, Ford is recalling more than 775,000 vehicles. It affects all 2000 model year Navigators, Expeditions, and F-150 trucks, along with a few 2001 model F-150 Super Cabs. The vehicles may have faulty cruise control systems that could catch fire. If you have one, contact your local dealership. Also, over 70,000 electric heaters are being recalled too. The Lakewood Engineering portable radiator-style heater with 6 fins can explode, spewing hot oil. If you have one with serial number 5101, you should stop using it immediately and contact the company at area code 888-858-3506.
In health news, smoking in the U.S., according to the Center for Disease Prevention Control, is more common among 18 to 24-year-olds than among those 65 and over. By the time students reach college age, many of them have already started smoking. Further research estimates 80% of adult smokers picked up their first cigarette before the age of 18. Many college officials are working to reduce the rate of smoking among students. Universities around the country are offering services to help decrease cigarette smoking among college students. In economic news, instant lottery tickets could soon help U.S. veterans. Lieutenant Governor Pat Quinn recently announced plans to create a scratch-off lottery ticket which could generate over $5 million a year. Proceeds would go to benefit more than 20,000 of Illinois' homeless and disabled veterans if the legislation passes. And now we're out to the interview set where Matt is going to tell us about an upcoming JC event that has been taking place for years. Matt?
Thanks, Ashley. I'm joined by Toby Quinn, and he's the president of the JC program. And can you tell us a little bit about what the JC program is?
The Distinguished Service Awards is a banquet we have annually to celebrate people's accomplishments in the community area, the healthcare area, and 6 other areas.
And you being the president of the program, what exactly does your job entail?
My job entails pretty much everything. Well, PR, budgeting, recruiting people to work, everything.
How many nominees do you usually have each year?
We usually have about 50 nominees spread throughout the 8 categories.
And do people apply for nominations, or are they already nominated by you guys, or?
JCs nominate people, but we also solicit nominees from the general public, but our deadline for nominations was February 5th.
Are you looking for people to donate money?
We sure are. We have several awards that people can still sponsor. We'd like to have a deadline of February 17th, and the cost is $100.
Is there a number that they can call or a website that they can go to?
Yes, they can call 676-5292 or go to jaycees.com, jcs.com.
I heard you have some pretty good speakers in the past. Who's the keynote speaker this year?
We have Matthew Jones. He's a past recipient of the Prescott E. Bloom Community Service Award, but he's also attorney and lobbyist, and he was instrumental with the Justice Reform Act for juveniles.
How many years has this been taking place for?
This will be our 65th annual banquet, and we've been around as an organization for 65 years.
I could only imagine some of the changes that you guys have made since the program's been in effect for 65 years. Well, this is Toby Quinn, president of the JC program. Back to you, Ashley.
Well, thank you, Toby, and thanks, Matt. In today's Oddly Enough file, a British Army pilot has been disciplined by senior officers for using a helicopter to deliver a pizza to his girlfriend. The pilot was on an Army map reading drill when he dropped off the pizza to his girlfriend, who was doing an exercise 30 miles away. Talk about fast pizza delivery. Well, for Matt Wetterson, I'm Ashley Cassie, and that's all we have for this week's edition of Midstate News. Now back to you, Lauren and Joey.
Thank you, Ashley. Lauren, what did you think about that fast pizza delivery? I wish my pizza would come that fast.
Me too. We'd never have to drive again. But honestly, I thought it was very romantic that he did that for his girlfriend.
I think
that was
that's sweet. I'm glad that we can agree about that.
I'm glad too. And there was a story earlier. They mentioned the lottery a couple of times. What would you do if you won the lottery, Katie?
That's a good question. I never really thought about it. I've only bought a lottery ticket once. I bought one the day that I turned 18 and I was able to, but I've never done it since.
I think you have to buy it when you're 18.
I think it's just tradition. It's mandatory.
It's a rite of
non-negotiable.
passage. You must try to win money on your 18th birthday. I wonder if anyone's ever, with that one ticket on their birthday, if anyone's ever really gotten rich.
I don't know. That would be pretty awesome, though. That would be the greatest birthday present ever.
I think so. Nothing is better than money on your birthday. You could spend it on whatever you want instead of that ugly sweater your mom bought you.
You could buy your own birthday presents, and then you don't have to return anything.
Indeed, indeed.
Awesome. I think if I did win the lottery, I would use the money, well, first to pay off student loans.
Yes, yes.
Gotta love those. And then probably travel. I've always wanted to go to Europe and to Australia. I want to see a kangaroo. I've never seen a kangaroo.
Koalas and wallabies. Australia is definitely my first choice if I could go anywhere in the world. And then there's Egypt and Japan and probably Great Britain.
That's true. My sister went to London, and I have a good friend studying abroad in London right now, so that would be neat to check out as well.
That's an amazing opportunity.
Definitely. Well, next, we've got sports with Blaze. Oh, that was
over and baseball months away, hockey takes center ice. I recently had a chance to interview the Rivermen and their head coach, Jason Christie, at Carver Arena. The Rivermen are vying for a playoff berth in the AA Division Hockey League. But how'd their season start off?
Terrible start, and it's not like this team to do that, but as of late, we're coming on strong, and if we keep playing the way we are, we should be okay.
I've seen the Rivermen play a couple of times, so I asked one of the players, Renette, what they did for practice.
We practice about an hour a day, whether it be on the bikes or if we skate, we're on the ice for an hour, hour and a half, and then got the rest of the day off.
I talked to head coach Jason Christie, and I asked him what the players were doing to ensure or to improve on a chance to play in the playoffs.
I think the biggest thing, guys are really taking upon themselves to play consistent hockey for a full 60 minutes. You know, we're eliminating our turnovers in our zone. I thought at the start of the year we were struggling a little bit defensively, but we really picked up our game now, and obviously, you know, the outcome has proven it.
Another player, Rowe, expressed his views from moving to a AA to a AAA team.
I think it'd be great for the fans, you know, having a AAA team here would be great. You know, we got great fans for the AA, and, you know, hopefully the fans will come up for the AAA.
Head coach Jason Christie also talked about the strengths of his team.
Our strength, obviously goaltending strong, but I think just guys, the leadership is a key at our level. Older guys that want to buy in and want to help young kids get to the next level. If you got guys just putting in time, you're not going to get nothing accomplished. And I think we got a group of guys that come to work every day.
This has been Blaze Felty for Midstate Magazine Sports.
Thank you, Blaze. Well, that was really interesting, the feature with the Civic Center and
It was.
Peoria
I
Rivermen.
really enjoy hockey.
Have you been to a Riverman game?
I haven't yet, actually. I'm pretty new to Peoria, but I'd love to do that someday.
The Riverman games are so much fun. I used to love to go. And I'm not a big hockey fan. I was a figure skater for 15 years, so
You were.
I'm kind of wired to not really like hockey, but I really enjoy the Riverman games.
Kind of turned off the ice after that.
A little bit.
Little bit.
A little bit. They tear up my ice, and I need it nice and clean.
I see. So I was never too into sports during high school or my past. I was more of a theater girl. I did a whole lot of plays and monologues, but I did enjoy badminton. And there was never a badminton program in my high school. We always did it in gym class. And I'm actually ambidextrous when I play racket sports. So I would always be really impressive, like I'd hit it with one hand and then toss it to the other and throw it again. And it would just kind of put people into a stupor, and then I'd win.
Yeah,
So
that's awesome.
that's pretty much the only sport I ever was any good at. Soccer, basketball, no. I'm way too small. I don't like getting pushed around. Not my bag.
I'm terrible with sports like badminton. It's not badminton. It's like terrible mitten. Like I am the worst. I have no hand-eye coordination whatsoever.
You have to have hand-eye coordination to figure skate, don't you?
Well, see, it's not so much. I think it's just sports that involve like a small moving projectile. That doesn't work for me.
Small moving projectile like puck, ball.
Puck, ball.
I understand.
All right. Well, let's see what Vanessa has next for us with our movie review.
Good evening and welcome to this week's edition of Get Real. I'm Vanessa Strickland. With Central Illinois still being gripped by winter weather, we here at Get Real felt we needed a break from all the cold and snow. This week's movie allowed us to have that much welcome break. Without a Paddle stars Seth Green, Matthew Lillard, and Dax Shepard as three longtime friends on the adventure of a lifetime.
Great things.
Don't worry. We're all going to do great things.
After their friend Billy passes away in a freak surfing accident, the three friends set out to fulfill Billy's lifelong dream, finding the treasure of D.B. Cooper.
Look at that thing. Oh yeah, we're gonna sneak away, go up the river, a hook fin, apocalypse now style.
You all right? Hold on. Tom!
While on their quest, the three friends find that the true treasure is their friendship.
We made it! That's how you go! Down the rapids!
Get up!
Without a Paddle was overall an enjoyable movie. While not always the most believable, the way the characters interacted provided for some pretty comical situations. Much of the scenes, though, could have been truly warming and touching, were cut short for a cheap laugh. So if you're looking for an amusing, though not always politically correct, slapstick movie that in the end has a positive message, we'd recommend Reading Without a Paddle. That's it for this week's edition of Get Real. I'm Vanessa Strickland. Back to you, Lauren and Joey.
Thank you so much, Vanessa. That was great. I'm a big fan of Seth Green, actually. I like his work, although I haven't seen Without a Paddle yet. I think I definitely will after that.
Yeah, it looks pretty entertaining. And actually, I saw a movie with my friends over the weekend. We rented Super Troopers. That was funny. I had never seen that before.
It's not the one with the big, huge bugs, is it? Or is that Starship Troopers?
I don't.
Okay.
No, I don't know about Starship Troopers, but Super Troopers is like a kind of a police comedy. And
Really?
it's these very, very incompetent state highway patrolmen, and they get into all kinds of antics, and they play a lot of silly games, and they're always fighting with the city police. It's really goofy, but it was a good time.
I
Made
think
my
I'll have
weekend.
to look that one up. I'll rent it over at the Blockbuster.
Definitely.
Sounds
I
like
think
something
it's,
me and my friends would like.
I think it's like a college cult favorite a little bit. My friends are always quoting it, and
Oh,
but my
quoting
friends are crazy anyway.
Really big has been Napoleon Dynamite lately with the quoting.
So you know, I've never seen that.
It is hysterical. There's really no plot, but
Well, how do you have a movie without a plot?
quotability and amazing character acting. Anything with a llama in it is quality.
Oh my gosh. Well, there you go. If it's got a llama, I need to see this movie now.
All right, you see Napoleon Dynamite, and I'll see
And-
Super Troopers, and we
right.
can come back and
And
discuss
then
it later.
we'll compare notes.
Sounds like a plan.
Awesome. I'm glad we straightened that out.
Me too.
All right. Well, let's see what Greg Toth has for us in About Town.
Peoria is the scene of Illinois' newest addition to the fitness world as it welcomes Gold's Gym to the shops of Grand Prairie. Gold's offers state-of-the-art machines with qualified fitness instructors on hand at all times. We got a chance to catch up with professional fitness instructor Casey Morrow, who suggests sometimes working out every day can be rather unnecessary to maintain good physical shape.
For your average person who's just doing it to stay in shape, 2 or 3 times a week's plenty. Cardiovascular training, on the other hand, is recommended. The recommendation is most days of the week, so that would be at least 4 days a week. You should do at least 30 minutes of cardiovascular training because your heart is your most important muscle. So
I expressed to Casey that I may be unsure of how to safely use all of the equipment. So how does someone acquire a trainer?
you tell me that, hey, I want to get a trainer, then I could go over pricing with you. You could decide on what package you wanted to purchase, and then I would talk to you and find out what your goals are, and then I would design a program based on what your goals are, be it you want to lose weight, you want to bulk up, whatever your goals are, then we just design a program based on that.
With all the different kinds of machines, it may be hard to tell which machine is right for you. So what do the professionals suggest?
What I'd recommend, though, the main exercises are squats are huge. That's probably the single best exercise there is. So squats and bench press is big because it works so many muscles in your upper body. So those would probably be the two. Like if you could only do 2 exercises, that's the 2 I'd probably tell you to do. You should always at least include those.
Gold's Gym is taking the shops of Grand Prairie by storm. With its increased popularity, it's become a feature attraction.
Oh yeah, we got a great reception so far. Everyone that comes here really likes it. Every day we're having more and more people sign up, and it seems to be the location is what's so popular because we have the shops of Grand Prairie here is really popular.
I'm too sexy for my shirt, too sexy for my shirt, so sexy it hurts. And I'm too sexy for Milan, too sexy for Milan, New York and Japan.
Well, everybody, we have had one exhausting day here at Gold's Gym. We got a chance to talk to some of the professionals here on what's popular and how to stay fit. So if you're looking to get in shape this summer, stop by the shops of Grand Prairie at Gold's Gym, where they will pump you up. Back to you guys in the studio.
Too sexy for Milan, New York and
Greg, I liked that bicep shot too. I didn't know Greg had muscles like that.
I didn't know that
nice.
either.
That was nice.
I really appreciated the "I'm too sexy" background music too.
I love that
It was
song.
a nice touch.
It just always cracks me up.
Do you know what else I appreciated from that skit? The fact that you do not need to exercise every single day just to stay in shape.
Tell me about that.
That saves so much time and effort. I am a procrastinator, and if I'm told that I don't need to work every single day to stay fit, I will listen to that wholeheartedly, I tell you.
Definitely. Well, I like to work out. I'm a very active, busy person. I'm usually pretty high energy, but I take on so much, and my schedule's really packed, so it's sometimes hard to find time to work out.
You do sound like a pretty busy person.
Yeah, I'm hoping when it gets warmer out and the sun starts shining again, I'll be able to go outside and run, because I prefer to work out outside if I can.
That's definitely my reasoning too. It is freezing out lately, and you're kind of just locked inside, hiding from the cold, when really you should be out working your body and getting yourself going.
Yeah,
Because
I'm still burning off that Christmas,
Christmas fruitcake.
Oh no, not fruitcake. I hate fruitcake.
Yeah, I kind of do too, but it's kind of like a brick. If you were to eat that, you'd need to work out for about a decade, I'd say, for one fruitcake.
I don't doubt it. I don't doubt it. Oh my gosh. But so what about next weekend? Looking towards next weekend. Do you have plans for that?
Not quite yet. I really don't work too far ahead because of my studies, and I actually am going to be having a barbecue kitten show on February 19th. So I'm kind of just going to be catching up on schoolwork all the way up until then because it has to be done.
Sounds great. Well, I know there's a concert coming up, but speaking of music, let's see what we've got in State of the Arts this week.
Thank you, Katie and Lauren. Welcome to this week's edition of State of the Arts. I'm Ashley Cassie. Kate has the day off. We were fortunate enough to have Barry Cloyd, area singer and songwriter, come in and share one of his original pieces with us. So without further ado, here's Barry.
Born as the leaves were softly turning in the light of the dying hunter's moon, just a boy child of nature slowly learning to the rhythm of the rolling river's tune. Sitting with my father by the fire, learning sacred tales of long ago. As the boy became a man, the flames arched higher. I became the sum of all my people know, and my spirit is already there. Walking in the valley of the sun, looking in the eyes of the future, celebrate the race already won. One dark night the autumn's forest whisper grew so loud it shook me from the ground, by the light of the softly fading embers I saw the blue coats with their long guns come around. The quiet of that night turned into terror as they ended all the life I ever knew. And my father through his final warrior's anguish, well, he told me with his eyes what I must do. And your spirit is already there, walking in the valley of the sun, looking in the eyes of the future, celebrate the race already won. His eyes told me to gather in the living and slip into the warm protective night, make for my uncle's distant valley, away to the west some 8 days' flight. The thundering of their hooves rang in the distance as we pushed ourselves beyond what we could stand. Through days and nights of hell we heard that drum beat, called to the west by Black Hawk's spirit band. And my spirit is already there, walking in the valley of the sun, looking in the eyes of the future, celebrate the race already won. As that valley opened up before us, my uncle's people came with open hands. And the words my father's eyes cried at our going, they burned deep within my weary heart again. He said, your spirit is already there, walking in the valley of the sun, looking in the eyes of the future, Celebrate the race already won. So for those of you with shackles on your longings, spend yourself in someone else's day. Just gather up your things and start your journey. Let your body join your spirit on the way. Because your spirit is already there. Walking in the valley of the sun, looking in the eyes of the future. Celebrate the race already won, and my spirit is already there. Walking in the valley of the sun, looking in the eyes of the future. Celebrate the race already won.
Thank you, Barry and Ashley. That was amazing. I always thought that being able to play an instrument and sing at the same time was a huge talent. I wish I could do that.
That's a very huge talent. I can't walk and chew gum at the same time. So, and we already talked about it's not badminton, it's awful mitten when I'm playing. So, yeah, we know how that goes. So, I really respect somebody like Mr. Cloyd that he can do something like that.
I did enjoy his song. It was inspirational and really, really mellow. It was really good. I'm so glad we had him in the studio.
Definitely. Kind of nice to just listen to some soothing tunes and de-stress.
Perfect for a nice, cool winter day, I'd say.
I think so. I can't wait till it turns warm, but like we said.
In the meantime, we should just enjoy it to the best of our ability.
Right, definitely. And we've seen a lot of great things today on our show that you can go and do and distract yourself from the winter doldrums. So
I'd say we had a nice start to a brand new season.
Definitely. I'm really excited about this. I think that, you know, our audience is in for a real treat this season.
Me too. I'm looking forward to continuing on and having a great time at Midstate Magazine.
Awesome. So for next week, do you have any plans for next week, like on the weekend or?
Well, I pretty much covered what was getting done already, but I am going to be working hard, making sure that everything is getting my great grades and keeping up with all of my schooling and all of the comedy, and I hope to see some more acts like that guitarist. I love music, and if we could bring more people into the area with that much talent, I'd really appreciate it.
Definitely. I think that would be awesome. But I think also next week we are going to have a city and country show. Now, where are you from, Lauren?
I am from this tiny Chicago suburb called Westchester.
I've never heard of it.
Nobody has. It's not even on the big, huge maps at the Oasis on the highway. It's so small and it's purely residential. There's really no commercial, no industry. The motto is a great place to live because really that's all you can do there. But it was great to grow up. It was very American dream, baby boomer. Little yellow brick house with a tree and a front yard.
So it's a nice little suburban kind of neighborhood, and that sounds cool.
And then downtown area, just 20 minutes away.
Very cool. Well, I grew up in Minneapolis, Minnesota, so
Really?
I'm used to a big city. So for me, being in Peoria is really culture shock. And to me, it's like, oh my gosh, what do I do with myself? But the longer I'm here, I'm finding more and more things to do and look at and just kind of explore.
Yeah, it's an interesting mix between the suburbs and the city here. It's nowhere near as big as Chicago, and yet there's a lot more hustle and bustle than little Westchester, so it's culture shock for me too, but I'm really growing to enjoy it here in Peoria, finding lots of activities and hangout spots.
Yeah, my friends and I are always going to check out new places. We went to a new restaurant last week that just opened up, so I think there's a lot to check out here in Peoria, and we will showcase more of that next week, so tune in then. Thanks for joining us. I'm Katie Lee.
And I'm Lauren Rapsiak. Have an awesome day.